But yeah, boot camp was good and then I got pneumonia.
At boot camp?
At boot camp, I was in the hospital for 2 weeks. But I had to go change outfits because I had missed too much of boot camp, which was good. We had outfit that some guys in it were always messing up, so we could never go get a weekend off, and then only thing we do is go to the PX and come back, and that was it.
What's the PX?
That's where you buy your clothes and stuff. Base exchange, let's put it that way. We call it PX, but it was base exchange. We had this one guy from Virginia, from the hills. He wouldn't take a shower. He stunk and looked to high heaven. And he always got gigs, so we couldn't get off the base. We couldn't do nothing. All we could do was go to a movie on a weekend and come back. So they got him in. They took him into the shower and took black shoe polish and for all of his body, and we had these brushes, and the bristles were stiff. I mean, stiff bristles. And we gave him a shower. His skin was so red, it was no wonder he didn't bleed to death. He called his mother up. he called his mother up. And she called the air inspector up. It's funny now, but it wasn't then. It really wasn't. It shouldn't have. But anyway, we were restricted to the base until we got out of boot camp. And then when I got out of boot camp, I went to Spokane.
And that was your first time on the West Coast, and anything like
Well, they told me I was going to Washington. Now I had a sister that was in the Navy, and she was stationed in Washington D.C. at headquarters over there, in Naval headquarters. And so I thought I was going to be going there with her. And I got my orders, and it said Seattle. Spokane. And I said, Spokane? And they said, you ever heard of Seattle? I said, I don't know where this place is at. Never heard of this country. I'm just an old New England boy and never been out of the state of Maine, And I transferred out here. I went to Spokane on a troop train. Stayed in Spokane for 4 years until I got out.
What was your first memory, like the troop train and arriving in Spokane?
Oh, the troop train was nice. We had our own cooks and everything in our own sleeping car. And I remember coming through Oregon and Idaho, and the most beautiful country I've ever seen in my life. And this was in January, February.
So you still 17 or 18?
No, I was still 17. And I thought this was the most beautiful country I've ever seen in my life. And because I love fishing and hunting, and you see how beautiful Washington was. But it's still strange. I've never been away from home, and didn't have no friends there. So it was strange. And but when we got to Spokane, I had to wait till they found some place for me to. They asked me whether I wanted to be a supply or military police, and I didn't want to be a cop, so I was supply, and.
What would you have to do for that?
Oh, you issue supplies to the other people on the base, then I was in food supply, so I took care of all the bedding, the cooks' uniforms, and odd chores. And because I was in food supply, I always got what I wanted to eat, because they want a favor and I'd give them a favor, and it was food for a favor, you know.
Nice. So we were just in Spokane last weekend, and it's like it's bigger than Tacoma now. It's huge. What was Spokane like when you were stationed there?
When I was stationed there, it was about 85,000 people. Spokane was nice. I went to town every night, seems like. And we were only making $90 a month, so we couldn't do too much. But it was good money back then.
Mm-hmm.
Back in '52, it was good money.
And so, what was downtown like? Was there a lot of places to go out? Was there?
Oh yeah, we go to if we wore our uniforms, we go to the Eagles, Elks, and we could get in, and whether we were old enough or not, you know. Then it wasn't so bad about drinking age. We couldn't buy drinks, but we could go and dance, and you know. And so I knew your great-grandmother before I knew your grandmother.
Oh, really?
Oh, I used to dance with your great-grandmother.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I did not know that. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll start with those stories.
So that was when I was 17. Like I said, they let us go in there with our uniforms on.
You're younger than Matthew is now.
Matthew.
Uncle Andy and Aunt Lisa. Matthew.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, and then the first year was pretty nice, and then I turned 18, and then I met your grandmother.
And how did you guys meet?
I met her at the Greyhound bus stop, Greyhound station. She was with a gal that I knew it from the Eagles, and she was with her, and that's how I met your grandmother. And